Between the hedges, Georgia dogs coming out. War Eagle flying over Jordan hair skies. Hottie toddy down in Oxford, rebels rise. Cowbells ringing in Starkville all night. Rocky Top singing in that Leland light. Anchor down Vandy, black and gold pride. Gamecocks crowing in Columbia loud and wide. Saturday lights, y'all know the deal. SC pride, we keep it real from the swamp to the grove. Let that crowd roll. It's water cooler talk. We talk that score. Saturday lights, y'all know the deal. SC pride, we keep it real from the swamp to the grove. Let that crowd roll. It's water cooler talk. We talk that score. Gators in the swamp, chomping all day long. Saturday nights in Death Valley, that tiger strong. So we Razorbacks, crowd calling the hogs. Blue Reds battle Wildcats, bringing the dogs. Show me Miss Zoe, black and gold fight. Boomer Sooner running on a Saturday night. Hook 'em horns, burnt orange in the sun. 12th man standing, Aggies get it done. Saturday lights, y'all know the deal. SC pride, we keep it real from the swamp to the grove. Let that crowd roll. It's water cooler talk. We talk that score. Saturday lights, y'all know the deal. SC pride, we keep it real from the swamp to the grove. Let that crowd roll. It's water cooler talk. We talk that score.
Welcome to this presentation of Water Cooler Talk Sports.
Whoop that trick. What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
Whoa.
It's your man, Nick Frazier, one half of Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here tonight. The man, you can see him and you can hear him. Tell him who you are, boss man.
Man, it's your boy Marcus Fitzpatrick. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yes, sir, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us here tonight around the water cooler. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a great show. This is going to be a great show. A lot of intrigue in the show. Marcus came on and said, what you mean by the title? What you trying to say? We're going to talk about it.
Hold up, bro.
Not as bad as y'all think it is. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler, man. Before we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, do me this one favor. Do me a favor, man. Subscribe to these YouTube channels, man. Subscribe to our guy at It's SEC Season What I Got 10. Subscribe to our guy Tight Sports over at Tight Sports and Alabama Football Megacast. I got DC Wolf over at Auburn _Addicts TV. I got Dustin over at the Uptempo Podcast. Be Sharp over at Sharpshooter Sports Talk. Vandy Chris over at the Go to Broom Podcast and the Anchor Down Live Podcast on YouTube. At the Huggy Beard himself on YouTube and Twitter. I got Edward Kid Country, Chef Country. Follow him on YouTube as well. And of course, the legend himself, Bubba and the old man, Auburn Sports Talk, man. Make sure I go subscribe over there as well. Also, go subscribe to JMHO Sports Talk. What I got, Coach Sean on the Block Sports with Coach Carl. And I got Dylan over at the College Loop. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you head on over there and take care of that. Also, mess with the people that mess with Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. Shout out to I got DJ. They want support of Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. Follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. That's Holly with an EY. And of course, follow him on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's. They want support of Water Cooler Talk Sports. Mess with the people that mess with Water Cooler Talk, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with them. And I got Chef Country.
Yes, sir.
Battle Lines by Chef Country, man, where we do it right. 2371 Highway 14, Otagoville, Alabama. Again, that is 2371 Highway 14, Otagoville, Alabama.
The
Open
ribs look good.
open Tuesdays through Saturday. He's not there on Sunday and Mondays. Shout out to our guy Chef Country, aka Kid Country, aka Edward. We appreciate you so much, man, for rocking with us, man. Make sure you take that trip over there and go check out our guy, man. Like as Marcus said, the ribs look good. The ribs look good.
Ribs look good in the picture, so
Real
you
good.
know it gotta be good.
Real
And
good.
them even real ribs. So
They do. What I'm saying.
the Adeline ribs got to hit different.
Do us a favor. Follow us on our social medias at CoolersPod23 on Twitter, at the Water Cooler Talk on Instagram and TikTok, and of course the Water Cooler Talk podcast on Facebook. Also visit www.watercoolertalksports.com. Again, it's www.watercoolertalksports.com for all of your college football, SEC football, and of course Auburn football news in written form. High school's coming soon, ladies and gentlemen. It is coming soon. Also, if you want to support the channel financially, man, we do take super chats. If you want to super chat the show, man, we appreciate that so much. Also, if you want to join the Coolest Cubes game, put that thing on autopilot. $5.99 a month to join the exclusive member club of the Coolest Cubes, man. For one, you support the channel Water Cooler Talk Sports, and then of course member only content exclusively coming as we get closer to spring football. Fellas,
Hey.
one
What's up, my brother?
has joined us around the water cooler, man. They said Ted got that fresh haircut. That's what they said.
I did. I did. Hey, I got a haircut and my teeth cleaned in the same day.
That's
you can't
what's
tell
up.
me
Oh,
nothing
man.
right now. Like
That's what's up.
I am feeling great about myself right now.
That's what it is, you know. That's what it is, man. I
I'm
like
really interested in this
self-aware.
topic though. Like that is I love a good alternative angle.
alternative angle. That's what I'm saying. I like. I was about to say something else, but I'm gonna keep it to myself, man. The Huggy Beard is rocking with us in the chat. What's up, Huggy, man? How you feeling, man? Hope you feeling good. He also came back and said he wants what now? That's what Huggy said. We about to talk about it in a minute, man. I got Mike McKinney rocking with us in the chat as well,
That's
man.
my
What's up,
dog.
man? We appreciate you so much, man, for continuing to rock with us here around the water cooler. Other people that's watching, man, thank y'all so much for watching us, man. If you want to comment in the chat, comment. I know it's a Friday night and you're feeling all right because the party's probably somewhere on the west side and you reach into your shorty, hope to get it up. No, that is the lyrics. My bad. I'm tripping. You know, it is what it is. All right, man. Let's get into it. I mean, it's you know, the title. Alex Golesh wants Auburn to fail.
Explain, please.
Here's why. Ladies and gentlemen, there was an article that was written by one Nathan King of 247 Sports. And it was a great article. It was a really, really great article. Hope you go check that article out from Nathan King at 247. And it spoke about how Coach Golesh is excited and what to expect from, Auburn as we get closer to, spring practice, which starts in literally like, I think like a couple of weeks or like less than 10 days or something like that. No, right around 10 days is when it starts.
I think it's right after spring break.
Right after spring break, which is next week. That is correct.
Yep.
That is correct. And in the article there were some quotes that he had. And you also see on the thumbnail, it says different mindset. Shout out to our guy King Richard in the chat. King Richard, what's up, my guy? His Royal Highness King Richard. There were other quotes in this article that was written by one Nathan King of 247 Sports. It was a great article. Like I said, I want you all to go read this article because it was a good article. It was a really good article that was written. Talked about the mock practice that was written. Auburn Dad for life in the chat. What's up, Auburn Dad? AD4L.
Let's go. Let's get it.
The insider of all insiders, your favorite insiders, and is rocking with in the chat as well. So, but there was one at the end of the article. There was a quote that Alex Golesh placed in this article. Well, that was a quote that was attributed to Alex Golesh at the end of this article that caught my attention. which made me say the mindset of this team is changing. It's changing. Alex Golesh wants Auburn to fail. Here's why. Let's bring up the quote. As you can see, this is a quote from Alex Golesh quote per an article written by Nathan King of 247 Sports. At the end of that article, it said, "What I'm most excited about is making it hard and making them learn through it." Golesh said, "We've got it set up to where there's going to be really, really tough situations. You want them to succeed and know why they succeeded. Just as importantly, you want them to fail and learn why they fail."
Okay.
That is the quote
That's
from
that's
Auburn
strong.
head coach Alex Golesh. I'm gonna read it one more time.
That's pretty tough, man.
That's strong, bro.
I'm
That's
gonna read it
very
one more time. The quote says, "What I'm most excited about is making it hard and making them learn through it, pertaining to what's going to come with spring practice and how practices are going to be structured and what's going on." Because, as you know, well, I don't know if you all know, but this week on Wednesday, Auburn had a mock practice.
Right.
They had a mock practice. It wasn't a real practice. It was a practice before the real practice. Before the real practices start is what they had. He also went on to say, he said, "We've got it set up to where there's going to be really, really tough situations. You want them to succeed and know why they succeeded. Just as importantly, you want them to fail and learn why they fail." That comes from the article written by Nathan King on 247 Sports. Article came out, I believe it came out earlier this morning or late yesterday, I want to say, of that nature. But go check out that article, read the whole article. So you can, there's more to this article, but this is the last quoted paragraph in that article. And when I read it, the first thing that came to my mind was mindset change. This is a mindset change in Auburn right here. This is what we've been talking about since Alex Golesh has been hired. Well, I ain't gonna say since, but like 2 weeks after he got hired, when we started talking about the process-driven, detail-oriented program that this man wants to install at Auburn. This is what we've been talking about.
That is.
I'm gonna let y'all take it. I'm gonna let y'all go at it first, man. Y'all thoughts, your initial reaction from seeing that quote from one Alex Golesh Marcus Go.
That sounds like a coach that understands the assignment. He switched conferences. He goes to a more powerful conference. He understands that he has to set the goal, set the bar high for these players right now in the spring. So they have to succeed and they have to fail right now for them to succeed later on down the line when the season starts. And he has to set a tougher regimen. That means a tougher workout regimen. That means a tougher practice. That means a tougher conditioning regimen. That sounds like a coach who understands that he knows what it takes to compete in this conference. And he's going to teach these players what it takes to compete in this conference, which is very strong and refreshing from where I'm standing.
Hey. Bro, that is something that we have not seen at Auburn in a long time. And when I read it, I went like this. Whoa.
Can I say this? Can I say this, Nick?
Go ahead.
After that statement, can we say if Auburn fails, we can't blame the coach? I don't feel like we can blame the coaching at this point. I feel like this guy understands what it takes. If Auburn fails, I think it goes back to what Ted said. That's an Auburn problem at that point.
Yeah, well, we got to see it, you know.
You're right.
It's talking season.
It is. It is. Hey, it made me feel good. This is the first time I'm like, hey, man. Woo!
Yeah, I like it though, man. Like to your question, what was my initial thoughts?
Yes.
My initial thoughts were there's reports that DJ Durkin was asked to dial back the defense to make it easier on our quarterbacks. First thing I thought about when you read that.
Last year.
Yeah. It's the first thing I thought about when you read that. When I read that. I mean, when you read that. Yeah, absolutely. But I love it, man, because it is a culture change, right? Like you said, it's everything that we've been asking for here at Auburn. I do want to put this out there for like some of us in the culture. If he executes on what he's saying and everything that he's saying is 100% true, this dude had a mock practice.
A mock practice.
The level of detail he's operating with is something I know we haven't seen at Auburn. I'm not going to say it's never been seen before, but I know in my lifetime, I've never seen a coach operate with this level of detail in the offseason. If he executes on everything he's saying, I want to caution people, some of your favorite players you might not see.
Ooh.
Some of the talent that we talking about in this offseason that we are hyping up might not make it on the field. Some of the guys that we are high on, they might drop off. They might not be able to cut it. And that's a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? That's a great thing. That means that what you have left are players that were willing to commit, persevere this system, and to earn their way on the field, rather than just being gifted. And that only breeds winning culture.
That's what it does.
Only breeds winning culture. I'm just saying. I'll put it to you like this. You take all that talent that we had last year and you implement this process right now, the roster probably looks just like it's about to look coming into 2026. Meaning some of those players probably leave, man. Like this is I listen, like I said, I gotta see it first. I don't want to get too excited, but man, he's saying all the right things and his actions, right? His actions are backing it up. You see a mock practice. He's not talking about being detailed. Like, he getting all the coaches together and say, we gonna run through this thing so everybody know what they expect when we go live. Because I don't want no wasted time out here. Time is precious. We don't have a lot of time. They took that away from college football teams. We don't have a lot of time with these guys. So, man, I don't know, man. I just, like I said, trying to caution myself because 5 losing seasons of getting excited before the season. I don't want to
do it again,
bro.
I know.
This is everything you want to hear from a coach, bro. And can't nobody else tell you different. I don't think there's any person, they don't even have to be an Auburn fan. Just any person that would hear those words from a coach and disagree that that's a good philosophy for coaches to have.
I'm about to bring in everybody's favorite insider. Your favorite insider, my favorite insider, Auburn's favorite insider. It is Ant the Insider. Ant, what's going on, man?
That's my coach. That's my coach.
This guy. Hilarious.
I'm not like Tez. I'm Boogie. He's saying the right things. So basically what I got from it was, hey man, if you can't, you know what I'm saying, you can't go with the regimen I'm finna give you, then don't get mad at what I put on this field.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's gonna be some players that can't go along with it. It's gonna be some players that's gonna get with it. And the ones that get with it is the ones that's gonna play.
Yep.
The ones that don't, hey man, you got 1 or 2 options. You're gonna sit on the bench or you gonna learn to get with it.
Tex, you said something that piqued my interest. When you see most successful people, right? The one thing that they say is my most valuable asset is my time.
Yeah, for sure.
Their most valuable asset is their time. There's one thing that that I learned, and this that I learned that most successful people use. They, in the world of business, they don't trade their time for money, but they trade money for time.
Yeah,
If that makes
absolutely.
sense. That makes sense. They don't trade their time for money,
Yeah.
but they trade their money for time. That's what they do.
Mhm.
How do you correlate in your thoughts?
Because out of everything,
How do you correlate that philosophy to what you seeing from Alex Golesh with a statement like that?
Yeah, it's it's almost spot on, man. Like he's like I said, you don't have a lot of time with these guys. Time is of the essence. Like it's the most valuable resource that we have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eh,
Mm-hmm.
just I always ask people a question, and I ask if this was the last moment you had 1 hour left to live, right? And you knew that you had 1 hour left to live. How much could I buy that hour from you for?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right. And then the number that you say is just, you can't even fathom it. Most people wouldn't even sell it. Then I always come back and say, hey, well, you giving that hour away for $10, $15,
Mm-hmm.
even
Mm-hmm.
$100. If you're making $100 an hour, it's still valuable when it comes to time. So just to frame that into perspective, when you talking about the time that you can get accomplished establishing the system, you already have players that are coming in that know your system, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have the luxury of being ahead of every other coach that is new to a team in the SEC. Miles ahead. You have the ability to, if you structure this right, to come out of spring and fall not as a new coach, as an established system, a well-oiled machine. And all of that takes time. So the more you can buy that back, things like having a mock practice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you go into practice, nobody's guessing about how we're going to run this thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's asking those questions, not because you've told me, because we went out here and done it. You know what I'm saying? We went out here and did it. So like we are just repeating what we just did the other day. We'll correct those issues, whatever issues we have, whatever questions you have, you can ask that. Then when we touch down on this field, it's all about getting better.
Yep.
The time
Sure.
we're using the time they allotted us to practice, that the NCAA allots us to practice, every bit of that is going to be spent getting better as a football team. And the fact that he understands that gives me a lot of promise. Like I don't know if it's a lot of coaches that really get that part of it too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, like I'm not saying that Alex Golesh is greater than all these other coaches, but I'm just saying like that philosophy of just like you said, uh, trading your money back for time, or just trying to create more time in your day, however you can do it, more time to dedicate to something like
Yep.
that whole thing. And that concept, bro, is powerful in life. And in this instance, it's going to be even more powerful because like I said, you already have a head start. You brought half of your offense with you. You know what I mean? Quarterback center relationship is there. The people who are going to be throwing to is there. You got some new running backs, offensive line. We talk about they need time to gel. Listen, even when we talk about our offensive line, that's everybody's concern, right? Everybody's concern is offensive line. He even said, well, I want you to pray for this group. If they are going to benefit so greatly from walking in practice the first day and there being no hiccups. That offensive line is going to start from day 1, minute 1. We're getting to work. We're not trying to figure out what to do. We get into work, right? It gives you more time for people to step up, more time for you to vet the process of who's going to start here, who's going to start there. And then, I mean, it can only be a good thing, bro. And if that continues, see, we're just talking about it right now. But week after week after week after week, go into a summer, you're maximizing your time. Come back in the fall, you had the same approach. You've almost gained yourself another practice. Almost another whole day of practice on everybody else. It's like Kobe's philosophy. You're working when they're not. So, man, I love it, bro.
You just mentioned Kobe because I'm gearing this question towards Marcus, but I want all y'all to chime in on this. And you had to be reading my mind because you mentioned Kobe. Kobe's philosophy was, if I get an extra practice session in, how much more would that make me better than the next guy? And this is how he broke it down. He was like, if I get up at 8:00, anyway, he said if I get up at 6:00 and I train from 7 to 9, take a break, I go back and I train from 11 to 1, take a break, then I go back and train from 2 to 4. That's 3 sessions that I can train. But he was like, how can I add 1, maybe 2 more sessions into that? What if I just get up at 4:00 in the morning and train from 5 to 7, take a break, train from 9 to 11, take a break, train from 1 to 3, take another break, and then train from 5 to 7 at night. And then go hit free throws. If I do that for a continuous amount of times over a period of 5 years, how much more practice time will I have than the next person? They won't be able to catch up with me because I will have that much more practice time than the next person. No way possible. They will be able to catch up with me. The obsession that you gotta have, Slugged Up Durkin said it, the Mamba mentality. That's what he said. That Mamba mentality. You know what I'm saying? That commercial where he kept saying more, more.
Yeah.
Are you the same animal and a different beast? I still don't know what that means, but it just sounded good to say. But the thing is, Marcus, when you talk about a coach that has that obsession with wanting to be great, has the obsession with making sure that we optimize every second of every minute that we have with each player, to the fact that you are having a mock practice. In all my years of playing football and being around, I have never heard of a mock practice. A practice where you just show up, no helmet, jerseys, and you just kind of run around in what the real I've never had that, unless you want to consider OTAs there. But even OTAs, there's still some type of, there's still some type of physicality going on to a mock practice. Marcus, talk about the obsession that a coach has to have in order to be that great, man. Because this right here tells me the what I get from that quote is that I'm looking to compete right away. I'm looking to be great right now. There is no need. There is no waiting period. There is nothing. We need to learn. I want them to succeed. Yes, I do. But I also want them to fail, and I want them to know why they fail so that when they see it again, they understand what is coming next. Marcus, your thoughts?
The refreshing part for me is because a lot of coaches have the obsession to want to be great. A lot of players want to be great. But when a coach knows what it takes to get in those places, it's the difference. Because he knows what it takes to succeed in the SEC. He's been here before as a coordinator. And so he's telling these guys, look, I know what it's going to take to succeed, and I know what it looks like when you fail. And when you fail, you're going to have to learn from it. You're going to have to grow. You can't just sit on it. And because that's what we did a lot last year. And I'm pretty sure he watched the team last year and seen that culture. That when we failed at times, we sat in it and it became worse. It became a dark hole. And that's what happens when you sit in failure. You don't learn from failure. You don't grow with failure. So I think with Golesh, he understands that, and he understands the process of building a great team and going to the next level with this team. Just outside of being obsessed with being great, he knows what it takes to put this team where it needs to be. And I feel like that's what's refreshing about his statement to me.
Nick Saban had a quote. Nick Saban had a saying. He said, "You don't waste a failure. That's what you don't do. You can't waste a failure."
Right.
And that's what this kind of reminds me of, man. You are supposed to learn from whatever avenue, whatever industry that you're in, whatever it is. You are, if you fail at something, it's not the fact that you were bad at it. There is a lesson in it that you're supposed to learn from that. And If you waste that lesson, then the next time something comes around, you're just setting yourself backwards from being able to progress and be better in the when that next adversity happens. And you still in here?
I see him in the comments.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he should be in here.
Yes, sir.
Give me your thoughts on that, man. The obsession
I'm
that
here. I'm here. I'm
I'm
here.
asking you the question. The obsession that Alex Golesh has with maximizing every failure, learning from every failure. When he said it in his quote, and let me put the quote back up for everybody that's new in here, man. I want to put the quote back up so you can understand what it is that we're talking about, man. This quote is from article written by Nathan King of 247 Sports. This is what Alex Golesh said in the article. He said, "What I'm most excited about is making it hard and making them learn through it. We've got it set up to where there's going to be really, really tough situations. You want them to succeed and know why they succeeded. Just as importantly, you want them to fail and learn why they failed." And your thoughts of what it means and why you think he wants them to learn from the failure and why it will help the team in the future when it comes to a point when you have to be able to finish games. Your thoughts on that?
Because if you learn what you failed at, then you 9 times out of 10 you won't make that same mistake. So you jumping off sides, you get punished for it. You're not gonna want to make that same mistake again. And that goes for anybody in any position.
Okay, I think he done. Okay, cool. That was I was waiting for him to say something else, but I guess he was. I think he was done with his thought. There. I'm about to bring in the young man himself, the legendary Sweet Sugar Bear Williams, the Rooster Mac himself, the Huggy Bear. Huggy, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
What's happening, gentlemen?
Chilling.
What's going on,
Huggy,
man?
what's on your mind, man? What's on your mind? What's your thoughts on this, man? What's your thoughts on the quote from head football coach Alex Golesh?
Oh, I absolutely love it. Uh, First thing that come to mind was, oh, Coach G is playing checkers or chess while everybody else is playing checkers. Um, to me, this is one of the more encouraging things that's been said by an Auburn coach in quite some time. If everybody can kind of really see what it is he's saying, I think sometimes people forget that you go look at all great champions. By and large, they always had some kind of failure here and there that they had to overcome. And there's that word failure has such negative connotations. Maybe it's not a failure. Maybe you just fell short. You had a dilemma in the way. But to be a champion, there's certain things that you need to experience and go through and overcome to to have certain qualities. And failure is a part of that. You have to learn how to pick yourself up by your bootstraps. You have to learn how to be able to brush off that, okay, that game's over with, let's go back out Monday, clear slate, have a great, all great champions have that because it's not going to always go your way. It's not always just going to fall at your feet. So you have to go through some struggles to get certain things that come along with being a quote great team or elite team. So I'm very encouraged and I fully understand what he's saying. Like I've said before, bro, the more and more Alex Golesh talks, the more and more I kind of nod like, well, very nice, very nice. So I think everyone should be encouraged by this.
I like it.
Can I put this out there?
I guess
Y'all
Go
you
ahead.
will.
remember? Y'all remember when Xavier Chaplin jumped off sides and they said they was gonna take him out the game and then maybe 2 plays later he jumped back off sides and nothing happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what this quote makes me confident that if something like that happens, oh, you coming out this game.
Mm.
You have to be like that, bro. You have to, especially with your stars, because you need the rest of the team to see that. Well, hell, he's getting on Xavier's ass. He'll get on mine. And I heard a story one time an NFL player told, and he was a star of the team, and the coach just went off on him. And then after the practice, coach walked up to him like nothing had happened. And he said, "Coach, what was he?" He said, "I went off on you like that so that the rest of the team understands that everybody, including the stars, are held accountable. And I also know that you're the only one that can take it. So do with that what you will."
Okay, I like it. I like it. I want to switch gears a little bit, but I want to keep this in the back of your mind. I want everybody to keep that quote in the back of my mind. I'm gonna put it back on the screen because I want people to know. Everybody that's coming in and out, that's new, that don't know what we're speaking about. This is what we're speaking about. The quote right here, quote written, was a quote that was attributed to Alex Golesh from Nathan King of 247 Sports. He said, "What I'm most excited about is making it hard and making them learn through it. We've got to set it up. We've got it set up to where there's going to be really, really tough situations. You want them to succeed and know why they succeeded. Just as importantly, you want them to fail and learn why they fail." I'm gonna ask this question of you all, and I want you all to give me your thoughts on this. I'm gonna start with Marcus on this. Question is, what can we realistically expect from Auburn during these spring practice time when we get to A-Day? Looking at what you just heard in that quote right there, what do you think we can realistically expect from this Auburn football team when A-Day comes, or during spring practice?
That's a good question. Realistically, I think we should realistically expect a lot of offensive line rotation. Just trying to get the offensive line group finding a file with good chemistry. They can play off each other very well. Just the guard and the tackle that can feed off each other. Just I think that's one realistic expectation. I also see us running the ball a lot this spring, just implementing that type of offensive scheme. Defense, I want to see our cornerbacks get tried a lot in one-on-ones, just so I can see how they gonna hold up in crunch time. I'm not really worried about our interior and our front seven for real, but I really want to see what our secondary can do going one-on-ones with the wide receiver ones and twos in the spring.
Okay. Your thoughts, Tez. What's your thoughts on that? What do you think we should realistically expect from this team during spring practice and when A-Day hits?
Man, trial by fire, I guess. Like I don't, yeah, I just from what he's saying in that quote, it sounds like whatever the weak's points are on this offense specifically, um, he's gonna he's gonna put them in tough situations, right? So if we're trying to figure out who our offensive line is gonna be, he's gonna test these guys, right? It's not gonna be a situation where um he's just trying to find the best five out there through basic measures. He's gonna put them in situations where they have to, you know, think. He's gonna stress test this offense. So by the time A-Day gets here, I think you should see some discipline. I I think what you're gonna see on A-Day is going to be a surprising amount of execution in critical moments.
Mm.
I think that's what is gonna stick out. The 3rd and 6s, the 3rd and 4s, how we go about handling those things. Because when he's saying that I want to make things difficult for him, that's also what I think about. Not just like from a strength and conditioning standpoint, but like what can beat this offense? Where are our weak points? How are we going to how are we going to? And these are the things that get you prepared for the fourth quarter when the game is on the line. How are we going to navigate 2-minute drill? How are we going to do this if we're down 14? How are we going to, approach these things if a team comes out and they decide to just zero blitz us or disguise like certain, like, you know what I mean? Like teams get creative, right? I expect them to lean into the creativity aspect of what DJ Durkin brings. And man, really stress, like Marcus said, the secondary is a question. I expect them to test this secondary D. I expect him to stress test every weakness of this defense and every weakness of this offense. And on a day, I think you should see a bit of it. I don't know how much they can pick up in that short amount of time, but on a day, if he's having mock practices, a day is going to be a well-oiled machine.
Antoine Scott, you said, can you come up? Yes. If you want to, the link is pinned at the top of the chat here. Here's the link if you want to come in. There's the link right there. Hit that link, come in. You can turn your camera off, but if you turn your camera on, make sure it's turned sideways. But if you don't, you can turn your camera off and just do audio only. If you want to do that. So yeah, there is the link right there. It's pinned at the top of the screen. Huggy, Ant, do y'all have any thoughts of what y'all think we should realistically see, or from a fan's perspective, what you realistically want to see from this team during the spring?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I want to see teaching. I want to see.
You said teaching?
I want to see teaching.
Teaching.
I want to see if this person messed up, teach them to correct it. You know what I'm saying? I want to see you teach the offense how to be better in situational downs, how the defense can stop being a bend but don't break defense, or how we can get better on offense to where we could beat a Georgia or Alabama. Even though that's gonna be a lot of in-season time in that too, but it starts in the spring. This is where you learn. This is where, as a coach, you teach your players your system, and they learn from it. They learn how to be better players in your system. So that's basically what I want to see, and that's something I think we ain't seen probably since Gus.
Okay, Huggy.
7.
Your thoughts? Is there anything that?
I thought you was gonna say something else. I didn't know you wanted me to start rolling. No, I think you should expect as much as you should be able to expect, and that's just to see a team that comes out. Everybody knows where to line up when the play is called. They run the play efficiently. You can't really tell nothing about a team until they're in a live game, righteously, bro. Other than, hey, they look disciplined, they lined up where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be. There's communication amongst so that's all I would say we should hope for. If you're hoping for anything more than that, I mean, even if you got it, it's going to be a false hope because this is spring and it's not a live game. So that's my thoughts.
Last question before we get to the comments in the chat.
Hey, you know what, man? I just thought about something.
Okay.
Real quick about what I wanted to see. I want to see a robotic level of execution.
Okay, robotic level of execution. Okay.
Yeah, like
that's what I'm talking about. This.
The reason I thought about this though is like my daughter used to play softball. I remember we played this team in middle school one time, and it was these little girls. They were they were prissy. So they had like bow-rets and stuff in our head. Our team was not that. We were a little bit more loud, whatever. But we played them and we got ready to play them. I looked over at our coach, and these are young girls. He was having a tough time kind of No, I'm not even gonna say a tough time, but he had to actually wrangle them in warm-ups for us to get through the warm-ups and stuff like that. You know, the attention spans were short.
Mhm.
We looked over at the other team. They didn't even have a coach out there. These were like 9-year-old girls going through warm-ups by themselves like it was just ingrained in them. I looked at my wife and I said, "Yeah, we finna get destroyed." We lost that game like 30-something to 0. It was
Wow.
bad.
Wow.
And they didn't look like a team that could beat our team. But when I saw them executing like that in those warm-ups, I was like,
Hard to beat fundamentals.
yeah. So that's what I want to see from A-Day. I want to see a level of execution that looks like, oh yeah, this is ingrained in these kids. This is not something they need to be told or they're trying to figure out. This is in their DNA now.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Last question before we get to the comments. Antoine Scott, if you want to come up, there's a link at the top of the chat. Definitively, are we on the cusp of this being a championship culture at Auburn? Huggy Beard, your thoughts. Huggy, are you there? And your thoughts.
That elite sales service strikes again.
As much as I want to,
I low-key asked Huggy first, and he didn't
as
say
much
that.
as I
But then
want to
as soon as I
say,
said
yeah,
Ant, he said something about
I'm gonna
Ant
have to.
service.
I
He said,
know.
hilarious. Go ahead, Ant. Go ahead.
So, okay, so I want to say yeah, but I'm gonna say no because there's a lot of work that still needs to be done.
Great.
Like we seen, well, I ain't gonna say seen, but some of us have heard how bad the culture was. So till you clean all that up, then you could say you have a championship team or whatever, however you want to put it. But I feel like there's still some inside that needs to be cleaned up before you can even make that statement.
Okay, then. Tez, your thoughts.
Are you asking, can we have a championship culture?
No, I want you to defend. I want you to definitively say right now. Do you
Mm.
is this is Auburn on the cusp of having a championship culture?
I don't know. I can't say that right now.
Nobody wants to put it out. Nobody want to put it out there and say yeah.
Well, I don't know whether the players have bought it or not. Like, it sounds great, but I haven't seen the play. Like I said, that's what I said about A-Day. I have to see it. Like, I have to see the players actually buy it sink in, then put it on the field, execute some form of it to even say that, like, hey, this is actually a thing. I think it's great. Like, don't get me wrong. I think this is what breeds a championship culture. But
Yeah. They're not
whether
all
that's
right.
actually, whether that's actually resonating at its highest point in the locker room, I just don't know yet. I'm
Going
sure
back
it
to
is, but again, we won 5 games last year, so I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, going back to what you said earlier, Ted, we've been doing this every year the last couple years, getting very just bought in prematurely, and then it don't look like it's supposed to look. So I want to see what it look like on the field first. But I make my judgment as well.
This is the most positive I've been on a team, an Auburn team, in a very, very long time. Even with all the talent and think about
Absolutely.
all the talent we had come through, like, just even in the situation, new coach, players left, talent left. Right now, where we sit right now is the most positive I've probably been on an Auburn team in, I know, 5 years, at least
Wow.
5
At least.
years, maybe
Yeah.
longer. But but so that tells you, like, yeah, I love everything he's implemented, but at the same time, I don't know how many knuckleheads are in the building. I don't know how many bad apples are there. I don't know how many, you know what I mean? Sometimes the weeding out process takes a while. So I don't know yet. Hopefully this is the bunch that receives this information, executes it, and puts and starts that championship culture at least. But yeah, I got to see it first.
Well, you also have to remember the man. This is his first off season at Auburn, and he's not his first coming in after his first season. Like what you're talking about, Nick, you need a lot more time to get to. Even if it goes right, you still got to take the journey, so to speak. So, I mean, geez Louise, bro, like it's hard to lock it down when the guy hadn't even coached his first A-Day, you know, and so it's hard to say that yes, they got a championship. They got too much to do before they can say they got that.
I never asked if they did. I said if they on the cusp. That's all I asked.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. I said it in different words, but they need to be on the cusp of some other things before they can be on the cusp of quote championship. You know what I'm talking about? So
What other thing they need to be on the cusp of? Give us an example.
well, I'm pretty sure that championship teams don't false start on third and short to force a field goal you miss. They need to stop doing things like that before they can say there's anything championship going on at Auburn. And I love Auburn, don't get me wrong, but it is what it is. The product on the field has been the product on the field. And if you was a part of it, you was a part of it. It just is what it is. So you need to show me a lot more just basic fundamentals. You need to show me that you can just play the game at its lowest basic fundamental level before you can be throwing the word championship, anything around. You hear me? So that's what I mean. They got to get other things solved and put them in the position to be on the cusp of a championship. Because you don't just get it, even if it goes the right way, you know, not going to get it in one whole year. It's going to take season after season. The more proof of concept you see, the easier it's going to get these young men to buy in. But it's a process, bro.
What if I told you we've already seen it in what was the national champions this past season?
But unfortunately,
What if I told you
there wasn't an orange? What if I told you there wasn't a burnt orange and navy blue jersey at the national championship, homie? That ain't got nothing to do with Auburn.
Wait a minute. Yes, yet. What if I told you a particular coach came in, changed the whole culture in one offseason and had a playoff team from a team that wasn't, or that didn't have a winning record the year before, but became a playoff team the next year? So
Well,
the question.
Can I answer your what if question first?
No, I'm not finished yet. The question.
Oh, it's a two-parter. I hear you.
Yeah, it is. So the question is.
Y'all say I'm wrong-winded.
The question is, are we on the cusp of being a championship program? That's all I asked. I didn't ask. I said definitively.
No, I heard you the first time and understood.
I said definitively. Can you say, are we on the cusp of being a championship program? Because there are examples in college football of teams coming in and changing around in one offseason and being championship programs. So I just asked the question. That's all I asked.
Well, as a wise man once said, what did do? What's that got to do with Auburn, bro?
What you mean? What it has to do? It has everything to do with Auburn.
I don't see how.
We just had do I need to put the quote back up? Do we not believe in the guy that just came in is a different type of breed of person that is in that stratosphere of changing a program around and talking about being a detailed process oriented type guy? Or have we not been talking about that for the past 3 months? It has not. It has not. Everybody agreed that is something that we have seen him do. And every example that we have given of programs that have been turned around in one offseason those coaches have had traits of what this coach at Auburn has. So when we talk about we have to see it on the field, I don't think fan bases, when they was watching those guys come in, they weren't saying we have to see it on the field. They was like, we got a coach in here that's gonna get it right now. But for some reason, Auburn fans still have to see it on the field.
I don't understand. Maybe that's what my bewilderment is. I don't understand what you just described is what every fan base does. They just believe and go along to get along, but you don't really know nothing until you see on the field. But like, I don't. I mean, I don't understand what you don't understand about what I'm saying. He ain't
No,
had time.
my question, no, what I'm saying is, have we not for the past almost 3 months been saying that this coach right here is a guy that has been detailed oriented, has a process of what he wants done at this school and what he wants done with his football program? Have we not seen other coaches that have been hired by other schools come in, have those same traits, and in an off season have their programs be in contention for college football national championships, college football playoff appearances, conference championships? But at Auburn, we have a guy who is sitting here saying everything, and he has the track record of doing it at other schools where he's been, whether he's been an offensive coordinator or whether he's been a head coach. We've seen him do it. But we still saying we got to see him do it on the field here. Listen, other fan bases have said because we've hired this guy right here is going to come in and change the program around, and you see effects of that when when off-season workouts start, when spring practice starts, when you're seeing the team look different than what you've seen before, when you hear people talk different than what you've heard before. For some reason, we still got to see it on the field. But other programs, they have it. It just happens. But we can't definitively say we're on the cusp of seeing Auburn be there.
Well, I ain't righteously heard nobody putting.
There's no trophy for that though. Like,
yeah,
you're right. It's not a trophy for that. You're not
a trophy for
but
what,
there is tangible. There are tangible results and tangible things that we can see of when you hire a guy that has the traits that our coach has. That you've seen.
I just wonder,
change.
like,
I think
wonder, like, what they think.
Well, Harsin though, when you say
possibly,
but Harsin started out 6-0.
I don't know if there were a lot of Indiana.
Tastes better pickled. I mean, what they got to do with the process in China?
I don't know if there were a lot of Indiana fans that
as
soon as they got Kurt Cinetti was just like, we're a championship caliber.
Yeah,
team.
we're in 2 seasons we're the undefeated champs.
Yeah, like that was like, I feel like an anomaly. Like, it just kind of,
it was an anomaly.
It happens. Don't get me wrong. Coaches come in and change coaches.
You bring it up. Well, what about Kirby Smart?
Gus came in here and went to a national championship.
What about Kirby Smart at Georgia? What about Nick Saban when he went to Alabama?
That's not the same situation.
It's the same situation. These are guys that have the same traits of the coach that we have, and fan bases are looking at it saying, you know what? Things are going to change here. We are on the cusp of something great here at our school.
Kirby walked into a perennial SEC.
But they weren't winning. We've had this conversation. They weren't winning championships.
But the
they weren't winning the big game, but they were equipped to win it, and that was what the problem was. So it's not like he was.
So a coach came in and changed the mindset of the program.
And Nick Saban did it,
but he didn't do it.
About the greatest coach of all time.
Like, righteously, bro. And hell no, I don't think Golesh is the next Nick
Kirby
Saban.
Smart had him in the college football playoff in year 2. If I'm not mistaken, did they not play for the national championship in his second season?
True, but they were already a pretty good team. I think he won 8 games his first season.
He won 8 games. He won 85. And the next year he went, and the next year he played.
So
he played the national championship in his second season.
Yeah, and program wise, they were way in a way better place than where Auburn's at right now, bro. If you want to say quote culturally,
but I would say, Nick, I think people are saying that Golesh is going to do.
That's my confusion, Marcus. I think we are saying he's doing a good job.
No. You said no. You said no because you needed to see it on the field. None of those other programs were saying we needed to see it on the field.
I'm just saying,
they had belief in the guy that was at the top. We've sat here and had this conversation. We've sat here and talked about this dude being process driven, being detail oriented, the way he talks, when we listen to him, when we do hear him speak about how it
It's
sounds different
encouraging.
from what we doing. Yeah, it sounds encouraging, but
So
everything
that's what
else
I'm
sounds.
saying. We are saying
Say
that.
that we on
Every
the
other
cusp of
coach,
it.
but every other coach that has been a part of that has done it. It has some. It's not just encouraging. Something changed behind it.
Yeah,
Well, what
but
it is
to
is that
say
it
that we
had
on
changed.
to say that we on the cusp of national championship.
It's
I
too
didn't
early,
say
bro.
national championships. I said a championship program. That could be that could be conference championships.
Okay,
that
well,
could be
that's
college
different.
football playoffs. That could be college. That's all I said. That's all I said.
Okay.
But realistically, Alabama fans didn't really start buying into the second year of Saban's tenure.
Righteously, bro.
Yeah, you don't.
What
I
are
guess
you, bro? Are you serious? Did you not
Oh,
see when? Did
Saban's
you not
first
see? Go back and
They
watch.
didn't
Go
like
back.
Saban his first
Go
year.
back and watch. Yes, they were like they were like, yeah, we want to see we want to see what else he can do. But when this dude got hired, how many people was at the airport looking at this
that's
dude
all
waiting
we
on this dude to come
said.
in?
That's because they were
That's
so
what we
thirsty.
said. That's what we said.
How many of these guys was at the
Let's
airport
see
looking
what
want to
I-
come in? How many people was at the airport when Brian Harsin came to Auburn? How many people was at the airport? How many people was at the airport when Chiswick was at when Chiswick was announced coming to Auburn? It was a dude saying, "Boo, we want a leader, not a loser." That's what they were saying.
And he looked like
So
a dumbass when they won a national
certain type of
championship.
mindset from a coach should change the perception of the fan base and what the team should be. That's what it is. But we sit
The
here
irony-
saying we
the
want to
irony
see
behind
it on
that
the
is-
football field.
The
I
irony
don't know.
behind
I
that.
think I just think about it different. I think
The irony behind that
is
is two of the coaches you named where they just wasn't excited at the
I
airport.
just think
won
I
national
look at it.
championship.
But Nick Saban,
That makes that dude look like a clown.
But Nick Saban,
went to a national
Nick
championship. and won
Saban
another one.
came. Nick Saban had the track record before he even got there, though.
Yeah.
Golesh has a track record. I mean, Golesh didn't win no national championships.
Yeah,
but
he
when
ain't
you
got no
see-
Nick
but
Saban
when
track
you see-
record. What
but
you
when
talking
you
about?
see what he has, but when you see what he has done
But can he
on
play left tackle?
with oh my god, okay, now y'all,
Dude,
you know what?
I think I am saying
Like,
what you're. I think I'm saying what you're saying, Nick.
You're
When I
not.
say that he's
You're
making
not.
me encouraged and this, that, and the
You're
third.
not.
I mean, you got
You're
to
not
crawl
saying what
before
I'm
you
saying.
walk.
You're not saying what I'm saying.
You got
I
to
said the
crawl
fact-
before you walk. Just like
I
I told my
said-
oldest son, you got to get some fake gators before you get real ones first, youngin. You got to crawl before you walk,
Is
bro.
that,
Like
that's no. Okay, all right. Crawling before you walk in this era of football. All right, man. It is what it is, man.
Hey,
Let me look at some of these.
it
I
is
love
what
it,
it
man.
is, and what it ain't can't never be. You dig?
Let me look at some of these comments before we get up out of here, man.
Look
Let's
at them
look at some
comments.
of these comments. Ken Richard in the chat. What's up, Ken, man? He said that hold on, wait. Some keep popping up on my end. Wait. Hold on, let me look at something real quick. There we go. All right. Ken Richard said, talking about playing head games. Yeah, that's what he doing, man, with that comment, you know, because I play head games. Everybody thought I said the man wanted to fail. You know, it is what it is. You know, I guess it is, you know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Auburn Dad for life. 84 has said, you can only grow by failing and getting back up and do it all again. That's what it is. I like that.
Right.
I like that. Phil Will said, much different than take it easy on the quarterback. Yes, it is. A lot different from that quote is a lot different.
That massive difference in that.
Yep, that's it. Just that's it. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? You know. Let's see.
Hey, DJ, be easy on my quarterback, DJ.
Mike McKinney said, "Practice for practice is all I need to hear." See, that's what I'm saying.
Right. That is.
That's all I'm saying. If Alex Golesh's name was Kyle Whittingham and he was saying the same stuff, I bet Auburn people would be over the moon for it. But we still gotta wait to see it though. Tim the Toolman Taylor said, "Man, Golesh gonna make me mess around and believe." Wow, y'all still okay? All right, man. I guess, man. Gregory McCarty said, "Finish is what it is. We gotta finish, dog. That's what it is." Tim the Toolman Taylor said, "AD, I'm ready to book, man. Hey, go ahead and book there, man." Mike McKinney said, Golesh said, "No, DJ, I want all the smoke." Yeah, that's what he said. Unlike what Ant just said, what Ant just said, we don't want to, slow it down for us and things like that. Mario Cannon in this thing said, "War Eagle, man, everybody remember Hugh Freeze told DJ Durkin to take it easy on Jackson.
DJ, slow it down.
He wouldn't let
Yeah.
him fall in practice, so he failed. He wouldn't let him fail in practice, so he failed on the field. Yep, that's what it is. That's
Exactly
all
what
it is,
happened.
man. Gregory McCarthy said, "Weak practice gets weak results." I like that. Weak
Facts.
practice gets
Mhm.
weak results.
Facts.
Phil Will. A practice before the practice sounds insane, but genes at the same time. Yes, it is. The mad genes that is Golesh.
Mhm.
Most people trade their time for money. Yes, they do. Arbor Dad for Life said BB17 going to get 100% of our defense at him. Yes, he will. Yeah, you got to see it. You got to see it. Comes back and said, man, we have a finite amount of time on this earth. Money will be there, but not the time. That is true. That is true. Slugged up Durkin said, man, if Golesh starts quoting Kobe, I'm pushing all in on this team. What?
Fact.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Mamba mentality.
I'm pretty sure at some point
Shout out
Kobe
Kobe.
said F everybody.
He did.
So we can just count that.
Yeah. So you should push in all on this team then, because he did
Yeah.
say that. It's obvious he hates to lose more than he loves to win. That is it right there. You gotta hate losing than you more than you gotta hate losing more than you love winning. You know, there's a saying, man, you gotta practice until you get it right. You know, no, practice until you can't get it wrong. Is something that coaches say. You practice until you cannot get it wrong. Not just until you get it right, which is what I think you had a lot of last year. Just practice until you got it right. Got to practice until you can't get it wrong. I like that. Gregory McCarthy said, we will see. What Auburn needs is a smash mouth football team. We have not had that for years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You know what I'm saying? Phil Will come in and said, man, Nick, I had one of those moments this week. Adversity arose, and I eventually got through it. But I gained experience from it. See, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. You learn from a failure, is what it is. Mike McKinney said, pure insanity if you're having to practice for practice.
Hey, man.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I've never heard of a mock practice in my life. To this day, I don't know what a mock practice is. I really don't know.
It's actually
Marcus, do you know?
actually a smart move.
Oh yeah, it's great.
It sounds like something he's saying to keep people out of his business.
We won't have reporters coming in and saying that we need to have.
I mean, it gets your team.
LOL. Dang, Ant. You was about to say something prolific and it just went away.
Every time, man.
Gregory McCarthy. I want to see some Takeo Spikes mentality. That's it. You know, we want to see that, man.
Yeah.
D-Lev, throw the kitchen sink at them in practice so they won't be surprised in a game like we were against Oklahoma's defense. We had no answers for their front seven. That is very
Yeah, that wasn't even the kitchen sink.
That was just basic.
J1 stunts.
That's it. That's all that was. William Ashley Sr. What's up, man? He said, Nick, I'm curious. What is actually involved in a mock practice? I don't know. I've never been through a mock practice.
I'm curious too.
Me too. I think if I had to think about it, I think it's probably just like Ant was trying to allude to, was kind of like, you know, letting everybody know exactly how the real practice is going to be run. So it's almost, would you consider it to be a walkthrough, Marcus?
Probably.
Yes.
Just a walkthrough, like probably half speed.
He probably just broke it down to time regimens of what practice would be like Indy, then groups,
and LE, skeleton drill,
conditioning.
So, I got a question for y'all. Y'all both played football at the collegiate level. How would it feel though? Like if y'all walked in
for a very small period, for a very small time.
Yeah, but still,
just for a spring. That's all it was.
Still, that's enough. How would it feel if you walked in your first? You know, you go through your strength and conditioning, and then you get ready to start spring, and you have a mock practice. How would your first practice differ? How do you think your first practice would differ if like the coach, because seeing how you saying that y'all have never heard of it before, I assume that y'all didn't do it. But so what I'm asking is like, how would it feel? Think about your first practice and think about like, man, how would this be different if I would have had a run through of this, just like t-shirts and shorts before we went ahead and done that and got into it? How would you approach it differently?
I will speak from my ski year experience. So when I went to ski year, Willis Slater was the coach. So you know they still they was a championship mentality team. So the senior leadership on our team when you came in was already on the field without coach. Like you said about that team, that softball team y'all played, That's
Yeah.
how it was for me at Skiggy. When we came in, the senior leaders was already on the field. Like Miles Robinson was my senior leader at tight end. I'm pretty sure you know Miles from Skiggy. Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out Cujo. So he had me on the field like my first. As soon as I came in for practice, like, hey, come on, Ski, let's get out here. I'm going through drills. I'm like, man, dang, man, I ain't even got a locker yet. Like, come on, man. So like for me, that's how it was for me. Like as soon as I ended up pulling my hamstring before I even made the team. Like, I met the trainers before I even was on Ski's official roster. That's how intense it was for me.
That man was in the training. He was in the athletic trainer office. He was in the training room before practice started.
Hey, that college when they flipped the script, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's faster. And then if you hear guys in the NFL talk, they say it's even faster in the NFL.
So would that have helped you adjust to the speed? Just let's walk through this thing one time.
I think
we come out here the next day and execute.
I think the thing is, like, if you know what to expect, you don't have to think about it, you just do it. You know, so like if you kind of knew, like if you had, I guess if you had a mock practice before, like we actually go for real,
It
then,
takes
like,
the
I
butterflies
know in my
away.
mind. Yeah, it does that too. Like
It definitely takes the butterflies away because
yeah,
when you coming in to a fresh new system, to a fresh new situation, you nervous as hell. Like once you
easy.
come in and they tell you exactly where you going, you like, all right, I know exactly what Nick said. I know where I gotta be at. I know what time I gotta be there, and I know what type of mentality I gotta have before I go to this part. Like, so it's just like, whew.
Yeah, I think it's the perfect approach for a bunch of new guys.
Yeah,
right. I mean, you got to establish team. You may be able to get away with not doing that, but for a bunch of guys that just coming together, some of them know the scheme, a lot of them don't. A lot of questions out there. Yeah, I think it's a perfect plan to kind of get everybody on the same page early. And then just follow through.
I look at it like anything else. Like if you like, if I know what stations, to expect, if I know exactly how
I feel
practice
like
is
it
gonna be,
was a walkthrough.
if I know how practice, if I know like what practice is supposed to be like, and things stuff like that. When we get in helmets and shoulder pads, and we go full pads, then I know exactly, how this thing is supposed to move and things stuff like that. I ain't got to be running around trying to figure out what station I'm supposed to go to next or what period we in, and that's like that.
It's like writing down show notes. But
Yeah, because when you in practice, when you in practice, bro, like for real, once it hit, practice is fast paced. So like you can't be looking around because you got to run to every, like, for us, practice was time. So like you had to run to every station. If you were caught lagging, you were gonna end up doing heels and
on the hop, man. On the hop, man.
That was gonna be a long day.
I just know that from on the hop, man. Hey, we
Man,
on the hop.
Playing, bro. Them boys had me right. Shout out them boys, man.
Hey, we on the hop. Let's go. We on the hop. I'm like, what is the hop? Oh, we running. Okay, that's what it means. Okay, I got it. All right, cool. Phil Will said, with a mindset like AG, I would hope so. I like it, man. Talking about the engineer. Can't say that before seeing the snap, but I'm hopeful. Slugged up. All right, man. Like, we gotta have some faith. We gotta have some faith about this, bro. Like, we gotta have some faith. We gotta have some faith. We got to. That Nick, we all still have PTSD from King Richard. I get it. But we gotta have some faith. We gotta get over that.
Faith without works is dead. I need to see.
I've been hearing it a lot lately. I heard that. My brother said that like last week.
But this coach is not putting the work in, though. This coach is not putting the work in by having.
I see that part of it.
That's all I'm saying. That's it. Mike McKinney said we have a new general on the field. If he's saying these things to the media, imagine what he's saying to the team. That right there, that part, I like that. Come back and say, man, all that lackadaisical ish went out the window when he got here. See, that's all I'm saying, man. That's all.
And then Nick, I'm gonna tell you like this: like everything that he's saying is very, very promising, right? It also speaks to how tough it's going to be, right?
He knows that
one of the reasons why I got to see it on the field is because, like, be honest, how many guys are gonna make it through this? How many of these guys are like? I would be, I don't know how many guys that we have for sure that can go through this regimen and come out on the other end as a productive player? Or how many guys are going to be looking for the eject button? This is a rare little program where it's only a certain amount of guys that fit into this. Do
So
we
you're
have
questioning.
enough of those?
So you're questioning. So you're questioning the ability. So you're questioning the ability of what the coaches thought of this guy can come in and do what we need him to do in this system.
Well, yeah, I mean, they probably thought that, but you don't know. Like listen, a lot of people probably look at this and say, Tez is tall. Tez can dunk. Tez can't dunk. You know what I'm saying? Your evaluation is wrong. You know what I mean? Yeah, those days are gone. Tez cannot. So that's what I'm saying. Like you can evaluate a guy, but even the coaches, and because if it wasn't for that, they wouldn't even be doing this, right? It wouldn't even be no depth charts or nothing. You would just pick the guys you think go start, and then we start installing day one. This is what we're gonna roll with. Like, nah, this spring is a vetting process. He's trying to put them through things so that the cream can rise to the top. How much cream do we have at the top, though? I don't know. How much of that's gonna rise? I don't know. They got to go through it.
Peaches and cream.
Do I still got a delay?
Yeah, you do.
Not my fault. So all I was saying about the mock practice, it sounded like a walkthrough, like how you go by the day before a game and just, go over plays and stuff like that you already had for the week.
Gotcha. Ken Richard said, man, AG talks like Saban, takes no crap from boosters, tells boosters what they don't want to hear, and playing reverse psychology with the team. So you're trying to say he got some rat poison out there in the media that he, don't want the team to kind of hit up on. Okay. I like that, Ken Richard. Mario Kennedy said, it's called a difference of opinion, but we can't impose our opinions on others. You're right. We can't. Correct. I'm not trying to. I'm just stating the fact. I'm just stating the fact from what I've seen from other fan bases. That's it. But it is what it is. Phil Will said, man, Nick, we can agree to disagree. Oh yeah, we definitely agree to disagree. I just don't understand it. It is what it is. I see by having my point of view. You have your point of view. I try to get you to understand it from my point of view. You try to get me to understand it from your point of view. That's what's called a debate. That's what it is. Do we need to do it officially? Resolve. And then state the thesis statement for it, and then get into the facts. We can do it. Resolve. Auburn is on the cusp of being a championship program. Here's the reasons why. Let me stop.
I can see it.
What do you want to do? You want to debate? Do you want to debate the affirmative? Which side do you want to debate? The affirmative or something else? Which one? Let's see. Phil Will said, man, we got to see the product, Nick. You can't trust the plug. Wait, why you can't trust the plug? You must have ran off on him. You a couple times. You know what I'm saying? You gotta see it work before you hand it.
Next comment, Nick.
That's it. I'm just saying.
Get indicted.
The plug gonna always come. The plug gonna always come looking for what's his, especially if it's on consignment. That's all I'm saying. AG
ran off twice,
and AG just found a loophole in practice in practice camp.
Yeah.
It wasn't practice; it was a mock practice. Yeah,
yeah. I think he's just trying to keep people about his business.
Travell, he said, I pulled my hamstring racing Marcus, and he laughed at me. Did that really happen, Marcus?
Yeah.
Wow. You laughed at him, man. That's not good.
I gassed him too.
Yeah, I take it he lost.
So did he lose?
It was close, but I gassed him at the end.
Oh, okay.
That's why he pulled a hamstring. He tried to do too much.
He said, amen. Faith without works is dead. That is very true. Shout out to Tavion Upshaw, man. That's our guy. What's up, guy? That is very true. Slugged up Dirk and said, if you can't make it through practice, how you going to take the abuse Bama and UGA going to give you? Hey, you have no disagreements from me there. None whatsoever. None whatsoever, my guy. None.
We might need to clip that. We might need to clip that comment.
Yeah, it's right there on the screen. Let's clip it.
You talking about the abuse part?
The abuse part, yeah.
It was strong slugged up. I don't know. They didn't abuse us. They didn't abuse us last year.
They did. Tavia said, "Do we know if A-Day will be televised?" I know where it is gonna be. War Eagle Plus. Yeah, I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
I know War Eagle Plus is gonna try to put it out there. I don't know if it's gonna be like on linear television like ESPN or ESPN2 or something like that. Maybe SEC Network. I'm not sure, but I do know that War Eagle Plus more than likely gonna put it out there. It is what it is. Slugged Up Durkee said, "Feel out here moving around. I see what stop." Well, y'all funny,
Hey,
man.
This ain't Vlad TV, man. We ain't indicting
Y'all
nobody.
funny,
Moving
man.
around.
Funny,
He said
man.
Oh
Vlad
no,
TV.
Chill.
not
Come
He
on.
said, "Chill,
Vlad.
slug." He said,
That's
"Chill,
and
slug."
you
I'm a
caught that
changed
ant?
man.
Did you catch that ant?
Not Vlad.
That's why
We ain't,
Marcus a whole fool.
Y'all
we
funny,
ain't,
bro.
we ain't, we ain't
Y'all funny.
indicting nobody over here, man. We ain't
Y'all
gonna do
funny.
that.
What's up, Miss Susan? War
Whack
Eagle TV, Miss
100.
How you doing,
Susan.
Miss
What's
Susan?
going
I
on?
love it.
What's up?
Oh,
What's
good
up?
grief, White 100.
So who Adam?
All right, not me.
I
Negative.
dare, I
And
dare,
on that note,
I
Yeah, we
dare
getting up out of
somebody
here,
to
bro.
say the
We get up out of
rooster.
here
I
on that.
dare
We get out of
somebody.
here. We get out of here
I'm,
on that. On that.
I'm
yeah, on that
Tez.
note,
I
Wait, what you
dare
gotta say to some
somebody
people
to
before we
say
get
the
up out of here,
rooster.
man?
Who?
You, Huggy.
I thought you said, I didn't know he
Oh,
said.
well, come on, bro. Everybody was talking at one time. You act like it was dead silent. And I'm supposed to hear you like I got the hearing range of a Wolverine, bro. What you talking about? You can find me on YouTube at the Huggy Beard himself, Twitter at Rooster Mac at the Huggy Beard. And I'll leave you with this. A wise man once said, iron sharpens iron, and there's two things in life I ain't never seen, and that's a turtle with speed or a broad I need. So give the man a chance to mess up before we start heaping all this championship expectation on him halfway into his first tenure.
All right. And what you gotta say to people before we get up out of here, man?
I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was gonna go the other way, Tez. I thought he was gonna hit you with the Project Pat.
Oh.
Nobody,
Oh,
man,
I knew it.
no,
Now I
I was
get it.
hoping somebody caught
Um, let me see.
that.
My best advice for the day is that the only thing you could never gain back is time. So don't lose it. Make every second count and be precious.
Bro, you just read that off a Hallmark card.
Man, I am in a restaurant. Nobody trying to hear all that.
Okay. All right then. Tess, what you gotta say to the people before we get up out of here, my guy?
Man, hey, I love this episode. I love you guys. Chat, y'all been amazing, man. Listen, like everybody's iterated. Time is the most precious commodity we have. You gotta value it, you gotta protect it, and how you spend it. How you spend your time is who you are. We are what we repeatedly do. So, man, you can find me at It's SEC Season on all platforms, man. Here on YouTube. Trying to put a little bit more stuff on Twitter, but check it out. Next week, last week we had a theme. I don't have a theme this week, but it's gonna be fun. Like I got a plan for this Tuesday episode I'm working on. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. That way you can vote live on what we're doing Tuesday. Tuesdays SEC Season Live, 6:30 p.m. Then follow that up on Thursdays with SEC Season Lunch Breaks. Coming to you at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, covering SEC content on your lunch break.
It is. Travell said, when is A-Day? A-Day is April 18th.
18th.
2 p.m. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it is free admission. If I'm not mistaken, I think it will be free admission. So, but you got to pay for the food. I think they're gonna have concessions, so you got to pay for the food though. Ain't no free. Hey, y'all remember that? What was the movie? The other guys at the beginning of the movie when dude was like, they get free hot dogs for life. No drinks. No drinks. You had to pay for the drinks, but they get free hot dogs for life. But that was funny. Marcus, we gotta say to people before we get up out of here, man.
man, y'all be blessed, be safe, man. Catch me next week, Monday. And next week, it'll be here Thursday, man. SEC
It is.
Heat.
That's right.
SEC Heat check
Hey,
next Thursday.
hey, look, all I'm telling you, man, put your kids to bed. This is gonna be words flying. Nick,
Sir.
hopefully Nick don't call me and be like, "Hey, bro, chill out," because I'm going. So y'all be blessed, bro.
All right.
Tell you.
It is what it is.
We're
Do
gonna
me
be
a favor.
living that month, bro.
Do me a favor before we get up out of here, man. Follow these guys on YouTube at It's SEC Season. I got Tight Sports and Alabama Football Megacast. I got DC Wolf over at Auburn _Addicts TV. Dustin over at the Uptempo Podcast. Be Sharp at Sharpshooter Sports Talk, man. Vandy Chris over at the Go to Broom Podcast and the Anchor Down Live Podcast on Facebook. The Huggy Beard himself on YouTube and on Twitter. I got Kid Country, aka Edward, aka Chef Country. Make sure y'all go subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. And of course, the legend himself, Bubba and the Old Man, Auburn Sports Talk. Also, go subscribe to JMHO Sports Talk with I got Coach Sean on the Block Sports with Coach Carl, and of course, Dylan over at the College Loop on YouTube. Support the people that support Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. Shout out to our guy DJ. Follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. That's Hollywood with an EY. Follow him on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's. That's our guy. That's my quarterback.
Wow, Hollywood.
There he is. We got to get DJ back on the show. Got to.
I'm trying. I've been working on it. He's been working so much.
Yeah, it's been working. 2371 Highway 14, Otagoville, Alabama. Adelines by Chef Country. We do it right. The ribs look good in the picture, so that means they got to be good in real life.
Facts.
Shout out to our guy, Chef Country. We appreciate you so much, my guy. That's Edward right there. He has an Auburn hat on, but he serves all fans of all teams. But check him out at Adelines. 2371 Highway 14 in Otagoville, Alabama. Tuesday through Saturday. It's not there on Sundays or Mondays. That's our guy, Edward, man. Make sure y'all go check him out. And we will be doing a live show from there October 17th, which will be the day of the Auburn versus Georgia game. Auburn will travel to Georgia, and we will be going live from Adelines that day. So it's gonna be a great day, man. Do us a favor. Go follow us on our social medias. Follow us at CoolersPod23 on Twitter. And follow us at the Water Cooler Talk on Instagram and TikTok. Also on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast on Facebook. And visit www.watercoolertalksports.com. Again, that is www.watercoolertalksports.com for all of your college football, SEC football, and of course, Auburn football news in written form. And guess what? High school's coming soon. Shout out to King Richard. It is coming, man. We appreciate y'all so much for that, man. Hey, tomorrow, Mobile will Combine will be in Mobile. So we're gonna be there tomorrow. Shout out to Tez. Shout out to Tez for that. Tez put me on to that one. I like it. So we'll be there tomorrow for the Expo Combine for high school students. For high school athletes, 9th through 12th grade, and we'll be checking out some guys. Hopefully we get some content and get some exclusive things from tomorrow. Williams actually seen, he said, I heard that the SEC network are carrying all 8 day. Okay, all right, that's the case, then there it is. So if SEC network is carrying all 8 day games, then there's more, we can watch it there. But I plan on being in the building for that. So hopefully we'll be able to see that right there. Be Sharp with the quote. He said, the only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. That is it.
I like that.
That is it.
Facts.
That is it. That is it. I like that. All right, man. We about to get up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all so much. But before we get up out of here, this is what you see around the facility at Auburn. This one saying that you see all the time around the facility. Be who you say you are. Plain and simple. Be
Okay.
who you say you are. That is around the facility at Auburn. It is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, catch me Sunday morning when I got Dustin over the Uptempo Podcast, 9 a.m. Central Time. And then, of course, that afternoon, 5 p.m. Central. 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. We will be over on Auburn _Addicts TV with Have You Heard Auburn News Today? When I got DC Wolf, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, man. We'll be talking about that, and we'll be rocking it over there. Talking some more Auburn football. Also, remember, time moves forward Sunday morning. So don't forget, clock to move forward. You're going to lose that hour of sleep. You're going to lose that hour of sleep this weekend. So just be ready for it. Just be ready for it. Just letting you know. Just be ready for it. But hey, makes the days go by faster. And, It is what it
And
is.
then-
I guess you get more
and then
done.
you can do
than
about
that.
it.
Ain't nothing for real. You know, it is what it is. All right, man. We're gonna get up out of here, man. Ladies and gentlemen, man. You all have a good one. Better yet, y'all have a great one. Y'all be blessed, man. Make sure you give the man upstairs above his because he deserves all the praise and all the glory. And until Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, we'll be back around the water cooler. As Martin wrote on the wall, as he did on the last episode of Martin, when he walked out of his apartment for the last time, he wrote the words, "One love." And he signed it Martin P. It is one love. We out this mug. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all be easy. Peace.
This has been a presentation of Water Cooler Talk Sports.